Hi everyone, welcome to 12 Sphere. It's nice to have you here. Let's enjoy a quiet moment and listen together. It was early April in the small countryside town of Higashiyama, Japan. Nestled between green mountains and gentle rivers, the village was quiet and full of life at the same time. Spring had arrived. The cherry trees were blooming, turning the narrow streets and rice fields into soft pink paintings. 17-year-old Hana, a thoughtful high school student with a quiet voice and big dreams, stood in front of her home wearing a light sweater and holding a small sketchbook. Today, there was no school. It was the local Hanami Day, the tradition of enjoying flowers, a day when families, friends, and even strangers gather under the cherry blossoms. Hana had planned something simple: walk to her favorite spot by the river, sketch the trees, and maybe help her grandfather in the garden afterward. She didn't need anything special to be happy. Just time. Just nature. You don't have to rush through life. Sometimes slow is better. Breathe. Notice the small things. As she walked through the town, neighbors greeted her gently. "Good morning, Hana-chan. Off to sketch again? Come by later. I made fresh mochi." The air smelled like spring. Plum flowers mixed with freshly cooked rice. A little cat followed her for a while before curling up on a sunny bench. She crossed a small wooden bridge, the river sparkling below, and reached the clearing where the cherry trees stood tall and proud. Petals floated down like snow. Families sat on blue picnic mats. Children played, old couples sipped tea. Hana sat beneath the largest tree and opened her sketchbook. Her pencil moved slowly. Not just to draw, but to notice. The way the branches curved. The way sunlight filtered through petals. The way people smiled without saying much. When was the last time you just sat outside and watched the world? Not your phone. Not your screen. But the real beautiful world? Hours passed quietly. She had drawn 3 pages. One of the tree. One of a laughing baby. One of her own hand holding the pencil. Later, she returned home to help her grandfather in their garden. He wore his old straw hat and rubber boots, and together they planted small seedlings, radish, daikon, and green onion. He told her stories. About the war. About how the town looked before the power lines came. About how he fell in love with Hana's grandmother during another spring just like this. "Everything grows better when you talk to it," he said, patting the soil. "Plants like kindness. People do too. The things we care for grow. Whether it's plants, dreams, or people, your attention is sunlight." As the sun set, Hana stood on the hill above the village. She could see smoke rising gently from chimneys. A bicycle bell rang in the distance. The cherry blossoms were still falling like rain. She thought about the city where some of her friends wanted to move after graduation. The tall buildings. The noise. The endless movement. And she thought about here. About silence. Fresh vegetables, sketchbooks, and flower days. You don't have to live a loud life to have a big story. A quiet life can be just as powerful, just as meaningful. That night, she wrote in her journal, "I don't know where I'll go next, but I do know I want to carry this feeling with me, this softness, this kindness, this peace." Before bed, she folded a tiny origami crane and placed it on her windowsill. "Grow well, little one," she whispered. "What would your peaceful life look like? Would you live by a river, a mountain, or in a village?" Moral of the story: stillness is not the absence of life. It is where life breathes most deeply. If this story touched your heart, leave a comment below. Would you like to visit the Japanese countryside during spring? Or have you ever seen cherry blossoms in real life? Don't forget to subscribe. Tell us your peaceful dream life. And like the video if you want more slow, cozy stories like this from around the world. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe and come back anytime. See you soon.